and welcome back to F126 MyTeam career mode. Today we are at a very exciting venue, especially with the madness of these 26 cars. We are at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. We are currently having discussions with Roman about next season. It's going to be quite a lot of events in this housekeeping part of the video. But today we are at Monza, a track which I'm actually looking forward to racing at. I'm curious to see how the AI fare around here. Of course, we do have the league racing experience from CDR, which was pretty fun. I mean, the race was exciting, and the overtakes were were really something. But I'm curious about how the AI do around here, and especially about our little Dacia. And here is our first event where actually approached by Sergio Perez. It's not us approaching him, he approaches us. He really wants to drive the Dacia, so of course we agree to the talks, because Checo is not a bad driver and he's got a lot of experience at a lot of midfield teams that rose up, and also a top team at Red Bull. So it's going to be interesting to see if the talks lead to something, especially as we're basically grabbing him from our rivals in Cadillac. But yeah, we are still in talks with both of our drivers, now Checo and also his teammate Bottas, along with, I believe, Liam Lawson. We also have a new sponsor in 7 even, not 7-Eleven, 7 even, you know. So we are adding sponsors to the car, making it look better and better, as our fan rating has improved, so we've unlocked the slots on the car to put more stickers, more sponsors. So we are going to be enjoying that. I really do love how our car is shaping up to look in this career mode, and I honestly cannot wait to see how we are going to make it look next season. I'm already thinking about next season. It's only round 15, there's still 10 races to go, if my math is mathing. I know, still putting upgrades on the car. This actually was a good weekend for the car, because we are still after the summer break where we were quite successful. This is both me and Jack, I mean both Roman and Jack in practice. Practice was actually quite interesting, because look at that rainbow of tires. It was mixed conditions in practice, and yeah, no, somehow George Russell did a 121 on Watts. I think the game had a little hiccup there. You cannot do a 21 on wets. I barely did that 21 on softs. But yeah, topping the session, which is not bad, not accurate, but not bad. You can see there George apparently the 134. Yeah, that looks more like it, but the 21, no way. But on to qualifying then. Qualifying is tough around here. I'm still not entirely sure how to qualify properly around here with all the lifts and the energy management. So I'm going to do what is quite a decent lap, I thought, at the moment. It's going to be, I think, a 120 or a 121.3, close to what we did in practice. It's going to put us P9 for now, just behind Stroll and Ocon, so it's not that good of a lap, in all honesty. I'm not that certain that we will make it to here. Second lap, we are actually half a second slower. I tried something different with the energy management and it just didn't pay off. So it's currently a last low lockout for Dacia, and this is my final lap. You can see a Haas trying to overtake me into the final corner, because why not? We are 6 tenths up. I just closed the door on him aggressively, because that's what the AI deserve if they try to overtake me on my fast lap. So let's see, 5 tenths improvement, 120.8, fastest lap of the weekend. It puts me P22. That's not exactly where we want to be. SQ1 is over, so we are out. It's not the biggest surprise. We are beaten by Jack Crawford, actually. We only beat out Stroll and Bortoleto. Any surprise is Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly being out is quite a surprise. Alonso made it through, and so did Bottas.
A difficult race awaits these drivers here in Monza, but it's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Piastri, Verstappen, Sainz, Albon, and Isaac Hadjar, Behrman, Lawson, Franco Colapinto, and Lindblad. Alonso, Bottas, Nico Hulkenberg and Pierre Gasly. Perez, Ocon, Stanek, Stroll, Bortoletto and Jack Crawford rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Now, strategy is also tricky this weekend. We are going to have to do a two-stop. The tire wear is suspiciously high around here, considering most of the track is straight. But it's going to be a two-stop. I really tried to make it a one-stop, but the game just wouldn't let me, and I decided to trust it in the end.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway. These are wet conditions here today. Each driver will no doubt be mindful of the wet surface as they prepare to race around the track. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Now this is interesting. It's raining, the track is wet, and we are all starting on dry tires. This is going to be an insane race start. Get ready for it. The 5 lights are coming on. It's going to be really slippery here. It's lights out and away we skate off the line. It's actually pretty decent start, especially compared to Ocon on our right there. It's going to be 3 wide in front with Perez, Hulkenberg and Bottas. I'm going to be taking it really careful, but still lock up all 4 tires, nearly run into the back of Nico, but overtaking 2 cars around the outside of turn 1. Still 3 wide, really close here, a bit of wheel banging, but we are up into P17 looking at Nico. Having a look to the inside, we're going to get past him. Alonso is next. Can we overtake him as well? Up into 8th gear to the outside. We managed to do it. Colapinto in front. I'm going to be really careful on the brakes here. Still lock up. 3 wide into the second chicane with Lindblad and Franco. We do manage to get Colapinto on the exit. And I'm now looking at Lindblad for P13. From P21 to P14 in just a couple of corners. It's been a great race start for me. There is already quite a bit of a gap to Behrman in front, but it's Monza. In these cars it's really easy to make that gap up, especially if you have overtake mode. We don't have overtake mode, yes, we have overtaken Lindblad, but we should be able to close back up to Behrman relatively quickly, especially as the field is still bunched up. Lindblad now in our slipstream. The AI do use quite a bit of battery here on this back straight up into not Parabolica, Alboreto, but we do manage to stay in front. George Russell starts the fastest lap. He must be leading. A bit of a snap there on the exit. The track, as you can see, is still wet. It's still raining. I've never raced in these conditions in a career mode race before. It's quite interesting. I mean, we did kind of in Zandvoort, but this is the race start. Colapinto just spawns down our inside. We're going to keep him behind though, and we are going to try to use Lindblad as a sort of slipstream machine here to get closer to Behrman, and it kind of works. You can see Behrman there in the distance. Straight line mode open, boost open into 8th gear. Can we get Lindblad to the inside? He's going to try to squeeze us, but the overspeed is just too much. So careful on the brakes. That's us back up into Peter. I don't know what's wrong with me today. English is not Englishing. But lap 4 here, you can see it's a big train of cars in front, including Hamilton in the Ferrari, the 2 Williamses, Lawson, Hadjar and Behrman. We are right on the back of, around the outside. Let's see, can we make the move stick? It's still side by side here to through Curva Grande. I had to put on an American accent there, okay. Around the outside of Behrman here, side by side, a bit of contact, but we do manage to make the move stick for P12. And next up is Liam Lawson, contender for our seat in 2027 it would be. Can we go down the inside into turn 1? I have a look, but it's not going to work, so I look to get a good exit here, and it seems to work out perfectly for us. Wow. Hadjar is next. Can we get him as well? Yes, we can. We are side by side. We're going to use a little bit of boost as Sainz and Hamilton are fighting in front. Gets us up into the points in just 5 laps. It really seems like I managed to drive in these conditions better than a lot of the AI. I don't know how. I didn't count myself as a good mixed condition driver. We are going to overtake Sainz here on the exit. Um, so that's us up into P9. Next up is Hamilton in the Ferrari. The Ferrari is quite a superior car to ours. We have to be honest here. But I've been keeping up with him, and I'm using him as an overtake generator. Kimi has the fastest lap now at his home track. It seems like he's got quite a bit of a lead, as I think that was George in the pit lane. We set the fastest lap, of course using the slipstream and overtake mode from Hamilton. It's a 25.3, so it's not the fastest of fastest laps, but it's a statement. We are up into P6 after some pit stops. Lap 8 now. We are still going purple. Hamilton is absolutely pulling us along here. It really works out at Monza, and Hamilton's spawn is, he's in the wall. Hamilton is in the wall. Here's a replay of what happened. I think maybe he just got on a bit of a wet patch, overworked the car, I don't know, but he's into the wall. No big damage it seems. Maybe just a bit of front wing damage. The cars are really strong this year. We have a VSC for that, I think. And a lot of people are going to come into the pits, I believe, during this virtual safety car period. Yes, they are. We are up into P2. I didn't pit. In hindsight, maybe I should have. It would have been quite a bit of an advantage here. But we are currently in P2. Still a lot of people who need to pit, including us. So this is not actual P2. Norris is now into the pits, so we're going to go into the lead of the race. But yeah, as Mark just said, we are approaching the pit window, going onto the mediums. And now looking back at this, I really should have pit under the VSC. Why? It doesn't matter. Here is, I believe that's Checo Perez. Yes, he is into turn 1 fighting with Alonso, and there's smoke. There is quite a bit of smoke. He's going to pull to the side on the left here. Sergio Perez is out of the race just after starting talks with us. That's we didn't wish him good luck, it seems, at the end of the meeting. But lap 11, I believe we are going to come into the pits. Yes, we are going onto the mediums. Let's hope for a good stop. As you can see there on the bottom right, we actually have a rear wing fault again. We had one in Spa where it got stuck open for a few corners, and this time we seem to have a fault again. It's going to be interesting to see when we come out of the pits what fault is it exactly. Fortunately, we have a good stop. It's a 2.4, no mistakes from the boys, so we're going to rejoin in P11, which is good. We are close to the points, but you'll notice that I did not activate straight line mode. Our rear wing is stuck closed at the worst circuit where this could happen. A circuit that is 90% straight, and we cannot use the drag reduction system of straight line mode. So we're going to try our best using battery to stay ahead of Gasly and Hadjar, who are currently behind us, but yeah, no, it's just no chance. Couldn't even reach 8th gear there. So we're down to P13. This is going to be a really sad stint if this keeps up. Using just a bit of battery to get close to Hadjar here into the slipstream, like so close. Look at Colapinto even. It just flies past the both of us. But yeah, once again, I cannot stay with Hadjar. I'm going to just throw the car to the inside, hoping it sticks, and it did stick. So we overtake Hadjar for the foreseeable future, P11, but here he goes again. So this is really painful. I was so frustrated when driving here. I was just hoping and hoping that it would get fixed. Behrman is now the next car to try to overtake us. It's going to be no issue for him. I tried to squeeze him to the outside, but ultimately I had to race him fair, so Behrman is now past us into P12. We are in P13. Lawson is behind us. Not too big of a gap, especially with the advantage of his car working. You know, that is quite a big advantage. Not even the boost and overtake mode is going to help us with Behrman here. This was so painful. On lap 14 I even ran out of ERS here, as Hulkenberg and Lawson are coming in hot behind me. There's Nico, there's Liam. So maybe on the brakes I can do something. I'm stuck in 7th gear because I cannot reach 8th gear physically. They're going to be side by side on the exit. A bit of contact with Lawson, a really bad exit from me there. And now on lap 15, straight line mode is back. Straight line mode is back, so we can fight. We can fight back up towards the points. Hulkenberg and Lawson still fighting in front. I have straight line mode, I have some overtake available. So I'm going to get Hulkenberg off the line here into the slipstream of Lawson. No more ERS to play with. To the inside, it's going to be through wide in a moment here as Nico also uses some overtake towards turn 1. Hulkenberg is in front of us. Lawson there, onto the brakes. To the inside, really close move, a bit of a slide in on the turn in there. Contact with Nico on the exit, but no damage, and it seems like we have made the move on the both of them. It's been a close fight on this straight. We're going to see a replay here. Nico really cutting across Liam there, so Liam must be frustrated with him. But we managed to overtake them, and I think that means we are back up into P12 we were. Some people pit, so that means we are up into P8, some more people into the pits. As you can see there, a lot of cars, including some of the race leaders. So where are we going to rejoin? There's Norris in P4. Yeah, we are going to be side by side into turn 1, but it's going to have to yield for now. So that's us into P4. Berman in front still has to pit, I think. There goes Norris in the much superior car, the championship leader, by the way, in this career mode. So we're going to let them go, and we are going to come into the pits as well. So a lot of people have undercut us, but hopefully, because I think we are going down to mediums now, we should have the better performance and maybe the ability to gain back some positions and try to recover the time lost that we suffered while we had no straight line mode. I swear, why did it have to happen in Monza? Why couldn't it happen in, I don't know, Monaco? In Monaco it wouldn't have hurt. Another good pit stop, 2.5 from the boys, a clean weekend so far, so good job to them. We come out in P14, which is not bad, just 4 positions to the points, can we do it? A few more people into the pits, including our teammate Jack Crawford. He was running a pretty decent race, not going to lie, relatively close to us. So let's see, we're going to overtake Berman and Bortoleto. We are into P11, so just 1 position from the points, but it's it's sadly not going to happen. We are stuck in P11, and I do believe that 6-second gap to Colapinto is just due to us not having straight line mode for half a stint, which really sucks. What doesn't suck, however, is Andrea Kimi Antonelli winning at home in Monza. That's, you love to see it. You just love to see it. I think that's his 2nd win of the season, or either his 1st or 2nd, I'm not sure. He's not been having this season as good of a season as he's having in real life. Unfortunately, it's no points for us. So close, but so far. It's really unfortunate, because I do think we drove really well today, and we deserve some points. We are just going to have to try harder next time. Driver of the day though, that's good. So really nice home win for Kimi Antonelli, a 1-2 for Mercedes, followed by a 3-4 for McLaren. With Carlos Sainz in P5, that's a really good performance for him. Not a good day for the Ferraris. Lewis Hamilton just behind us out of the points after his spin, and Charles Leclerc is also pretty low into the points. Sergio Perez, our only DNF, which is not good. Jack ending up in P19, so not as good of a race as us in the end, but he still gained positions, which is good. In the championship, George is now closer to Lando, 47 point gap. That is doable. That is doable in 10 races that we have left. Kimi still only in P6 despite his win, but he's really close to Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, so he could finish P5 here. We are still 12th and 14th and 7th in the standings, but Alpine have increased the gap to us in the standings, so it's going to be tough. I still think we could, especially if we keep up with development, but we could maybe overtake Alpine in the end. But this has been the race. These are the highlights, as I always do leave the highlights in the video. But I'm going to leave you guys now and catch back up to you in the next video. If you like this one, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more from me, especially if the races keep being as insane as this one was, subscribe to my channel. My name is Don Lucio, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.